The world of Formula One is no stranger to drama, but few stories have sent shockwaves through the sport like the 2008 Singapore Grand Prix, where raw ambition collided with cold-blooded conspiracy in a scandal that would forever stain the history of Formula One. This is the story of Renault's infamous Crashgate, a jaw-dropping and carefully orchestrated race manipulation so shocking it forced the entire motorsport world to question the very foundations of racing integrity. Imagine a driver deliberately crashing his car on purpose, not to save himself, but to hand victory on a silver platter to his teammate. It sounds like fiction, but it was very real, and its consequences would echo through the paddocks for years to come. At the heart of this controversy was Nelson Piquet Jr., a promising young driver placed in an impossible position by Renault's management. On lap 14 of the Singapore Grand Prix, Piquet crashed at a seemingly random spot at turn 17. But this was no ordinary driving error. It was a strategic move engineered by the team's highest ranks. The crash forced out the safety car at the perfect moment for Fernando Alonso, whose early pit stop suddenly made him the leader in a race where timing was everything. The fallout changed the race outcome and sparked outrage once the truth emerged. What followed was a tangled web of secrets, lies, and betrayals. Rumors initially swirled about the suspicious incident, but the full story only came to light almost a year later. After being dropped by Renault in 2009, Piquet broke his silence, revealing the scandal in a bold and unprecedented admission. He stated that he had been pressured by team principal Flavio Briatore and engineering director Pat Simmons to crash deliberately to help Alonso, igniting an investigation that rippled through the world of motorsport. The investigation uncovered stunning evidence, radio transmissions, internal meetings, and testimonies all pointing to a conspiracy that went beyond a driver's mistake. The FIA's World Motorsport Council held a dramatic hearing that ultimately ruled Renault guilty of conspiring to fix a race. While Renault escaped a full race ban, they were given a suspended exclusion, and Briatore and Simons were banned from the sport, facing some of the harshest penalties in F1 history. This scandal rocked Formula One to its core, fueling fierce debates about the ethics of team orders and where the line should be drawn in the ruthless pursuit of victory. It also exposed the vulnerable position of drivers, showing how teams might exploit their talent and loyalty, pushing them into morally compromising situations. Piquet's courageous confession opened a Pandora's box of questions about the pressures and power dynamics inside a top-level racing team. Beyond the penalties and fallout, Crashgate left a permanent scar on Renault's reputation. The team faced a mass exodus of sponsors and a loss of fan trust, reminding everyone that success built on deceit is never sustainable. The scandal also forced Formula One officials to implement stricter rules and surveillance to protect the sport's integrity, marking a turning point in how race manipulation was governed. The story of Crashgate is not just about a single race or team. It serves as a cautionary tale about how extreme pressure and ambition can drive individuals and organizations to unethical and dangerous extremes. It remains a stark reminder that behind the glitz, glamour, and high-speed drama of F1 lies a sport constantly balancing on the edge of moral and competitive chaos. In the aftermath, Nelson Piquet Jr. sought redemption, grappling with the personal and professional consequences of his role in the conspiracy. His admission was both a moment of reckoning and a catalyst for change within Formula One. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso, cleared of any wrongdoing by the FIA, inevitably watched his victory forever tarnished by the scandal. The legacy of Crashgate endures as one of Formula One's darkest and most controversial chapters. It is a story told and retold, not just for its audacity but for its human drama, a driver caught between loyalty and conscience, a team desperate to win at any cost, and a sport forced to confront its own vulnerabilities. In focusing on Renault's Crashgate, we see a microcosm of sport's broader battle between fairness and manipulation. It forces every fan, driver, and official to ask, where should the balance lie? And can true sportsmanship survive when winning becomes an obsession? Ultimately, Crashgate remains a defining moment in Formula One history, a scandal so notorious it shook the motorsport world to its core and forever changed how races are judged, regulated, and remembered. This is the tale of ambition, betrayal, and the high price of victory in the most glamorous and ruthless world of motorsport.